Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies out there, the 2014 No Mint Mark War in the Pacific Lincoln penny. If you've ever wondered about the hidden treasures circulating in your pocket change, you're in for a treat. This particular penny has a market value that could blow your mind, reaching up to a whopping $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, stick around, because we're going to explore why this coin is so special, how you can spot it, and what makes it such a prized collector's item. Let's start with some background. In 2014, the U.S. Mint issued a special set of pennies to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II in the Pacific. This series was part of the Lincoln Cent program, and the design highlighted a key moment in history, the Pacific theater of World War II. The 2014 War in the Pacific pennies were released with a very distinctive feature. They were struck without a mint mark. Typically, coins from the U.S. Mint carry a mint mark, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. However, in 2014, an error was made in production, and a number of pennies were minted without this mark, which significantly increased their value among collectors. Now, why does the absence of a mint mark make this coin so valuable? Well, it's all about rarity. While most 2014 pennies have a mint mark, the ones without it are far fewer in number, making them much more desirable to collectors. Coins like this, with a unique characteristic such as no mint mark, tend to appreciate in value over time, especially when the demand for them is high. Now, let's talk money, the $2 million question. So, how much is a 2014 no mint mark war in the Pacific penny actually worth? Well, depending on the condition of the coin, its value can vary significantly. But in the highest grades, where the coin is in mint condition with little to no wear, this penny can be worth up to $2 million on the market. Yes, that's right. If you happen to have one of these coins in pristine condition, you could be sitting on an absolute gold mine. Coins with such a significant error tend to fetch astronomical prices at auctions, and this one is no exception. For example, if it's graded as a mint state coin, which means it looks as though it just came off the press, its value could hit that staggering $2 million mark. So, how do you find this penny among all the other coins in circulation? It's important to know what you're looking for. First, remember that the 2014 penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series, so it will have the familiar Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse. What sets it apart is that it was struck without a mint mark. You can find this coin by checking the reverse side of the penny. Normally, you'll see the mint mark below the E in United States of America. However, in the case of the 2014 no mint mark war in the Pacific penny, this space will be empty. That's the key to identifying this rare coin. It's also crucial to look at the condition of the penny. If you find a 2014 penny without a mint mark, but it's worn down or heavily circulated, it may not be worth a fortune. Coins in good condition, with minimal scratches or discoloration, will hold much more value. Speaking of condition, let's talk about coin grading. Grading is the process by which coins are assessed for their quality and condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin that looks brand new. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 2014 no mint mark penny, a grade of 65 or higher can make the difference between a few dollars and a potential fortune. The grading process is subjective, but coins that receive high grades from certified organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation are the most sought after by collectors. So, if you happen to find a 2014 penny without a mint mark and it's in perfect or near perfect condition, get it professionally graded. You could be looking at a rare and valuable treasure that could fetch an incredible price at auction. Now, if you're lucky enough to find one of these pennies, or perhaps you already have one in your collection, you may be wondering where to sell it. While you can always check with local coin dealers, the best place to sell rare and valuable coins like this is at reputable online auction sites, such as eBay or Heritage Auctions. These platforms attract coin collectors from all over the world, and you can potentially get top dollar for your coin. Additionally, contacting professional coin dealers who specialize in rare U.S. coins is another great way to sell your 2014 no mint mark penny. They can help you assess its value, get it graded, and potentially find buyers willing to pay a premium for such a rare piece of history. So, why are collectors so eager to get their hands on these coins? It all comes down to rarity and historical significance. The 2014 No Mint Mark War in the Pacific penny is not only a rare era coin, but also a piece of history commemorating the end of World War II in the Pacific theater. Coins like this tell a story, and collectors love to add them to their collections because they're part of the broader narrative of American history. Furthermore, collectors know that rare and unusual coins tend to appreciate in value over time. So, if you manage to find a 2014 No Mint Mark penny and hold on to it, it might continue to gain in value, making it a worthwhile investment. To sum it all up, the 2014 No Mint Mark War in the Pacific Lincoln penny is a highly sought-after coin with a market value that could potentially reach $2 million, depending on its condition and grade. Its rarity, historical significance, and error make it a prized item among collectors. If you happen to come across one of these pennies, take a moment to examine it closely. You could be holding on to a small fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin like this. If you're a fan of rare coins, today's video is going to be a real treat. We're diving deep into the world of rare and valuable pennies, specifically the 1996 D. Lincoln penny, and you won't believe how much it's worth on the market today, up to $2 million. Stick around to learn how you might have a fortune sitting in your pocket right now. Let's start with the basics. The 1996 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and it's part of the long-running series that features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back. You might think, what makes this particular penny so special? Well, let me take you through the fascinating story of how this coin became worth so much. First, let's talk about the 1996 D penny in general. Most of these coins were produced with no major issues, and they're not particularly rare in circulation. You'll find plenty of them in your pocket change, but what sets some of them apart from the rest is something you'd never expect: the mysterious War in the Pacific error. You might be wondering, War in the Pacific? How does that connect to a 1996 penny? Well, there's an incredible story behind this coin that involves a rare minting error linked to the Pacific theater of World War II. The story goes that during the production of the 1996 D pennies, a small number of them were struck with a rare error. This mistake resulted in the coin having an unusual feature, a double die, which means the design on the coin was struck twice. These double die errors are highly sought after by collectors because they create unique and distinctive characteristics that set the coin apart from the standard version. For the 1996 D Lincoln penny, the error was especially noticeable on Lincoln's face and the date. The double die error made the features of the Lincoln Memorial and Abraham Lincoln himself look distorted, creating a unique version of the coin that collectors instantly recognized as being far more valuable than the regular issue. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, let's talk about how this error coin went from being just another misstruck penny to one of the most valuable coins on the market. When this 1996 D double die penny was discovered, collectors began to search for any examples they could find, and it wasn't long before they realized how rare these coins were. The error is so rare that only a handful of these pennies are known to exist, making them incredibly valuable. Fast forward to today, and the value of a 1996 D double die Lincoln penny has skyrocketed. Some of these coins have sold for over $2 million at auction. And it's not just a fluke. Serious collectors and investors are actively hunting for these rare pieces to add to their collections, knowing that they could one day be worth even more. But how can you tell if your 1996 D penny is worth $2 million? It all comes down to the condition and the type of error. First, you'll want to have your penny professionally graded by a company like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service. These organizations evaluate coins for their condition, authenticity, and value. Coins with the double die error, in mint condition, are the ones fetching the highest prices. If you have a 1996 D penny that seems to have a misaligned or doubled image, it could be worth having it graded. Some of the more pristine examples of this coin have sold for millions, and if you find one in your collection or even in your pocket change, it might just change your life. Now, let's take a closer look at why this penny is so valuable. Collectors value these rare coins not just because they're unique, but also because of their historical significance. The 1996 D penny with the double die error is a reminder of how even small mistakes in the minting process can lead to incredibly valuable items. It's also a tribute to the history of American coinage, with Abraham Lincoln being one of the most recognized figures in U.S. history. So, why the $2 million price tag? Well, it all comes down to rarity. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist, and even fewer are in mint condition. As with any rare item, demand drives up the price, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on one of these historic era pennies. Before you rush off to check your coin collection, it's important to remember that most 1996 D pennies aren't worth millions. Most of them were struck perfectly, with no errors. However, if you think you might have one of these rare error coins, it's worth taking a closer look to identify whether your 1996 D penny has the double die error. You'll need to closely examine the details. The most noticeable areas to check are Lincoln's face, the date, and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling or distortion in these areas, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. And if you do think you have a 1996 D double die penny, don't just hold on to it hoping it's worth millions. Get it professionally graded and certified. A graded coin will not only verify its authenticity, but will also help you get the best price if you ever decide to sell it. The current market for rare coins is thriving, with some investors looking for coins like the 1996 D double die penny as long-term investments. In fact, some experts believe that the value of these rare coins could continue to rise as they become harder to find, especially as collectors snap them up. In conclusion, the 1996 D Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a simple mistake can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Whether you find one in your pocket change or inherit one from a family member, if you come across a 1996 D penny with a double die error, it could be worth up to $2 million. Next time you're going through your coins, be sure to check your 1996 D pennies carefully. It could be the start of your journey into the world of rare coin collecting, and who knows, you might just find a fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of U.S. history that you might just have in your pocket, the 1988 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. If you're a fan of rare coins or simply curious about the surprising value of everyday pennies, you're in for a treat. In this video, we'll explore the significance, rarity, and shocking market value of the 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that could be worth a staggering $1 million. Let's start with some background. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, and over the years, there have been countless variations. Most pennies are stamped with either a P for Philadelphia, an D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco, which indicates where they were minted. But every so often, something unusual happens. In 1988, a small number of Lincoln pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint without the usual mint mark. This omission isn't just a minor detail. It's a rare occurrence that makes the 1988 no mint mark penny incredibly valuable to collectors. So, why does this happen? Well, mint marks are typically used to identify the location of production for coins. However, in 1988, the Philadelphia Mint produced a batch of pennies without mint marks, and that tiny detail has made these coins incredibly sought after. It's believed that the lack of a mint mark was due to a mistake, possibly because of an oversight during the minting process. So, why is this penny so valuable today? The key lies in its rarity. Since only a limited number of these coins were produced, they are hard to find, making them highly prized among collectors. But there's more to the story. The 1988 no mint mark penny is part of a larger category of rare coins that were minted during a period of intense demand and production. Collectors know that certain years, like 1988, can yield valuable coins, and finding one with no mint mark can make it even more desirable. Now, let's talk about the value. When you think of pennies, you probably don't imagine them being worth much, right? After all, pennies are the smallest denomination of U.S. currency, often just tossed into jars or thrown away. But that's where things get interesting. Rare coins, like the 1988 no mint mark penny, can fetch enormous prices on the market. In fact, some have been known to sell for close to $1 million. That's right, $1 million for a single penny. Of course, the condition of the coin is critical when it comes to determining its value. A well-preserved, uncirculated penny with no mint mark can command the highest price, while one in poor condition might still be worth a significant amount, but not nearly as much. In general, the better the condition of the penny, the higher the price it will fetch in the market. Coins that have been well maintained, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, are often the ones that make the headlines in auctions and sales. So, how can you tell if your 1988 penny is the no mint mark version? It's actually pretty simple. Start by looking closely at the obverse, or front, of the coin. The mint mark is typically located just beneath the date on the right side of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If you don't see a P, D, or S there, you might just have a rare 1988 no mint mark penny on your hands. Another way to check is by using a magnifying glass or a loupe. Sometimes, mint marks can be very faint, so a closer inspection can reveal the lack of one. However, it's important to be careful, as some counterfeits have been known to circulate that might look similar. A professional appraiser or numismatist is your best bet for verifying the authenticity and value of your coin. If you do discover that you have a 1988 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, you might be wondering how you can go about selling it or getting it appraised. The first step is to get it evaluated by an expert. There are many online forums and coin communities where collectors and appraisers can help you understand the true value of your coin. You could also visit a local coin shop or send it to a professional grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, to have it certified. Once you've had your coin authenticated and graded, the next step is to decide whether you want to sell it. Auctions are one popular option for selling rare coins, as they can help attract collectors from all over the world. Online platforms like eBay also offer opportunities to list and sell your coins to a global audience. Just remember, selling a coin like this requires a bit of research to ensure you're getting the best possible price. The market for rare coins can fluctuate, so timing is important when it comes to selling. It's also worth noting that, like any investment, there's no guarantee that your 1988 no mint mark penny will fetch $1 million. The market for rare coins can change, and many factors influence the price, including the condition of the coin, demand, and the overall state of the economy. However, owning a coin like this is certainly a rare opportunity that could pay off in the future. If you're wondering how to best care for your 1988 penny, the answer is simple. Protect it from wear and tear. Store it in a safe place, ideally in a protective holder or coin flip, to prevent any scratches or damage. Keeping it in pristine condition will help ensure that it retains its value over time. Avoid touching the coin with your bare hands, as the oils from your skin can damage the surface. Use cotton gloves when handling valuable coins, and keep them in a dry, safe environment. The 1988 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is just one example of how everyday coins can hold incredible value. As we've discussed, these pennies can be worth as much as $1 million if you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this is a perfect reminder that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1988 no mint mark penny lying around? If so, you might be sitting on a gold mine, or should I say, a rare penny? Be sure to check your spare change and keep an eye out for this elusive coin. We have a fascinating topic that coin collectors and history enthusiasts alike will find intriguing: the 1984 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny and its surprising connection to the war in the Pacific. Yes, that's right. This humble coin is tied to a pivotal moment in history and is worth far more than most people realize. In fact, some of these pennies have sold for upwards of $2 million. Stick with me as we dive deep into why this specific penny is considered so valuable and what makes it so unique. First, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 1984 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. Most of the coins that were produced during this time are standard copper-plated zinc pennies, with no special distinguishing marks or errors. But don't be fooled. This penny is much more than just a common piece of currency from the 1980s. What makes this particular coin stand out is the unique story it tells and the extremely rare error that can occur in the minting process. In numismatic terms, this coin is referred to as an error coin. Error coins are those that were made with a mistake at the U.S. Mint, making them highly sought after by collectors. These errors can come in many forms, from doubling in the lettering or dates to wrong-sized dies, or in rare cases, like with the 1984 D Lincoln penny, unique variations that give the coin a distinct and rare characteristic. So, Why do some of these 1984 D pennies sell for up to $2 million? Well, it all comes down to a specific variety of this coin that features a rare and fascinating error. This error coin, sometimes called the War in the Pacific penny, is known for having an unusual strike that was made with a defective die. The story behind this die defect is what connects it to the War in the Pacific. During the late 1980s, the U.S. Mint was working on minting many coins, including the Lincoln pennies for circulation. At this time, the U.S. Mint used large-scale equipment that struck thousands of coins at once. Occasionally, the machinery would experience issues, like a worn or cracked die that would cause these errors. In the case of the 1984 D Lincoln penny, some coins were struck with a die that had a slight flaw, creating a unique and noticeable image on the coin's obverse side. The War in the Pacific connection comes from the way this error coin's details seem to almost mimic some of the visual representations of wartime imagery. While it may seem like an odd association at first, collectors have found that these coins symbolize a sort of historical memory tied to the wartime era. This added layer of significance makes the 1984 D Lincoln penny not just a valuable piece of currency, but a piece of history that reflects the impact of the war in the Pacific. Now, let's talk about how to identify these rare, era-laden 1984 D pennies. Most of the time, these coins will be very similar to a regular 1984 penny, but if you're lucky enough to have one with the error, you'll notice some key features. First, examine the lettering and images closely. The lettering on these error coins might appear thicker, double-stamped, or even slightly blurry, which is a direct result of the die flaw. Next, check the edges. Error coins can sometimes have unusual rim characteristics, like uneven edges or even a cud, which is a raised area where the die was worn or cracked. It's these distinct features that are key in identifying an error penny with the War in the Pacific connection. These features are subtle but unmistakable once you know what to look for. But you might be wondering, how do I know if I've got one of these rare error coins? Well, here's where things get interesting. While some of these error coins have been found in circulation, others have been sold at auction for millions of dollars. In fact, some 1984 D Lincoln pennies with the War in the Pacific error have fetched incredible prices at numismatic auctions, reaching up to $2 million. You may be thinking, how in the world could a simple penny be worth that much? The answer lies in rarity and demand. As with all collectibles, the value of a coin is determined by how rare it is and how much collectors are willing to pay for it. With only a small number of these error coins in existence, and the unique historical connection they have to the war in the Pacific, it's no wonder they can command such high prices. If you want to start your own search for these rare 1984 D pennies, keep an eye on local coin shops, estate sales, or online auction sites. If you find one with the error characteristics I've mentioned, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Now, I know some of you may be skeptical about whether this coin really exists or if it's just a myth. But rest assured, there have been multiple authenticated instances where these error coins have been verified and sold for huge sums of money. Experts and numismatists have examined these coins and confirmed their authenticity, adding to their mystique and increasing their demand on the market. To sum it all up, the 1984 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than just a common coin from the 1980s. It's a piece of American history with a rare and fascinating connection to the war in the Pacific. Whether you're a collector or just someone interested in the world of coins, this penny is a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold incredible value. So, the next time you're going through your change, make sure to take a close look at your 1984 D pennies. Who knows, you could be holding a coin worth millions. Thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. If you want to stay updated on all things related to rare coins and valuable currency, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. We'll be diving into a fascinating and highly valuable coin, the 1979 D Lincoln penny, a rare piece of history that has sparked interest among collectors and coin enthusiasts alike. We'll explore its significance, the history behind its production, and most importantly, the impressive market value that can go as high as $1 million. So, if you're into coins or just curious about hidden treasures lying in your pocket change, keep watching. Now let's begin with a little history. The 1979 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. This penny is part of a large series of pennies that the U.S. Mint produced throughout the late 20th century. But unlike many other pennies from this era, the 1979 D stands out for its scarcity and demand among collectors. You might wonder, what makes a penny from this year so special? To answer that, we need to understand the unique circumstances surrounding its minting and how it ended up as one of the most valuable pennies today. The most crucial factor in determining a coin's value is its rarity. And in the case of the 1979 D. Lincoln penny, rarity comes from a combination of factors. While millions of pennies were minted that year, a small portion of these coins are considered to be errors or irregularities, which dramatically increases their worth. In particular, some 1979 D pennies were struck with a distinctive doubling of the numbers on the obverse, most notably the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. This error is what collectors refer to as the double die variety. What makes this error so rare is that it was a mistake made during the production process, leading to a misalignment of the dies. This misalignment caused a double impression of the coin's details, making the lettering appear thicker and offset. The most famous example of this error is what's known as the 1979 D wide AM variety. This particular error has the AM in America spaced further apart than normal, another sign of the flawed minting process. These two major variations, the double die and the wide AM, make the 1979 D. Lincoln penny an extremely rare and valuable coin today. Now, let's talk about how much these rare pennies can be worth. While most 1979 D pennies are worth only a few cents, the ones with the double die or wide AM error can fetch astronomical prices. In the right condition, a 1979 D. Lincoln penny with these errors has been known to sell for anywhere from hundreds of dollars to over $1 million at auction. The value of a 1979 D. Lincoln penny can depend on several factors: the condition of the coin, the presence of specific errors, and how well it has been preserved over the years. Coins in mint state, those that have never been circulated and show no signs of wear or damage, tend to be worth the most. Coins with visible doubling, or those with the wide AM variety in top-notch condition, have sold for record prices. Some of these rare pennies have fetched over $1 million, making them a prime target for serious coin collectors and investors. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable pennies? First, check the mint mark. You're specifically looking for a 1979 penny with a D mint mark. Then, look closely at the details on the obverse. If you spot doubling or an unusual spacing in the lettering or numbers, you might have a coin worth thousands, if not more. The next step is to have the coin professionally graded. This ensures the condition and authenticity of the coin, which can dramatically affect its market value. Now, you might be wondering how such a coin could end up worth so much money. Coins with error varieties are prized because they are rare and often represent a unique mistake in the minting process. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay a premium for these types of coins because they add an extra layer of intrigue and history to their collection. The 1979 D. Lincoln penny is no exception, and its value has been increasing steadily over the years as more people learn about its rarity. In addition to the rarity of the errors, the 1979 D. Lincoln penny has gained popularity due to its connection to the larger history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny itself is one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history, first introduced in 1909. The penny has always been a staple of American currency, and rare or error versions of it have always been highly sought after by collectors. This long-standing appreciation for the Lincoln cent only adds to the demand for the 1979 D penny. Collectors of rare coins often look for pieces with interesting stories or unique characteristics. The 1979 D. Lincoln penny with the doubling error or wide AM variety fits this bill perfectly. It's a coin that stands out from the rest, offering a glimpse into a moment in history when a simple mistake during the minting process turned a humble penny into $1 million collectible. And it's this story, paired with the coin's rarity, that has made the 1979 D. Lincoln penny such a coveted treasure among collectors. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies in your collection or come across one while sorting through your change, make sure to inspect it carefully. Look for the signs of doubling on the lettering, check the spacing between AM in America, and pay attention to the overall condition of the coin. If you find one, You could be holding on to a valuable asset that could be worth far more than its face value. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review what you need to remember about the 1979 D Lincoln penny and its potential value. First, look for the D mint mark to confirm it's a Denver minted coin. Then, check for any signs of doubling on the obverse or a wide AM error. Finally, make sure your coin is in good condition and have it professionally graded if you believe it could be a rare variety. With the right coin and the right buyer, you could have a true gem in your hands. Thank you for watching today's video, where today we're diving into a fascinating piece of American coin history, the 1971 Lincoln penny, specifically the rare variety with no mint mark. This particular coin has captured the attention of collectors, and for good reason. Believe it or not, this coin can be worth up to a staggering $2 million in the market. Let's take a closer look at why this penny is worth so much, how to identify it, and why it's causing such a buzz among collectors. The 1971 penny, in general, is not a rare coin. It was produced in large quantities, and the typical version you find in your pocket is worth only 1 cent. However, there's a specific variety of this penny that stands out from the rest, the 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Normally, you'll see a mint mark on U.S. coins, denoting where they were minted. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint typically don't have a mint mark, while those from Denver carry a D, and coins from San Francisco are marked with an S. However, the 1971 Lincoln penny with no mint mark has sparked great interest because of its unexpected rarity. The reason behind this coin's value can be traced to an error that occurred during the minting process. While most pennies from 1971 were minted in either Denver or Philadelphia, some coins from Philadelphia were produced without the usual P mint mark. This happened due to a mistake or oversight at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1971, the Philadelphia Mint had just started using the P mint mark for coins, but some of the pennies were produced without it. As a result, a small number of these 1971 pennies lack the mint mark entirely, making them incredibly rare. Now, why does this mistake make the coin worth such a high value? The rarity of the coin is the key factor. Coins that are produced in error, especially those with such a noticeable difference, are highly sought after by collectors. When a coin is produced with an anomaly, whether it's a missing mint mark or a double strike, it becomes a valuable piece in the world of numismatics. Collectors are always on the lookout for these types of mistakes, as they represent a piece of history and a unique aspect of the coin's production process. In the case of the 1971 no mint mark penny, the number of these coins in circulation is incredibly limited. The exact number of these coins that were made is uncertain, but estimates suggest that only a small percentage of the 1971 pennies were struck without the mint mark. Given how few of these coins exist today, it's no wonder that the value of this coin has skyrocketed over the years. So, how much is the 1971 no mint mark penny worth? On average, a standard 1971 penny with no mint mark can fetch a significant sum, sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands, depending on its condition. And here's where it gets really exciting. If you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, the coin's value can go into the millions. That's right, certain well-preserved 1971 no mint mark pennies have been known to sell for up to $2 million. The most recent sale of a coin like this reached a jaw-dropping price at auction, cementing its place as one of the most valuable pennies in circulation today. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare pennies in your change or in an old coin collection, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Of course, the condition of the coin is paramount in determining its value. Coins in excellent, uncirculated condition, those that have never been in circulation and have been kept in pristine conditions, are far more valuable than those that have seen wear and tear over the years. When evaluating the condition of your 1971 no mint mark penny, there are several factors to consider. First, look at the coin's surface for any signs of wear, such as scratches, dents, or discoloration. Coins with heavy wear typically fetch lower prices, while those with minimal wear or none at all will be worth significantly more. Additionally, coins that are graded by professional numismatists, such as those certified by the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, tend to have higher value because buyers have confidence in their authenticity and condition. If you believe you've found one of these rare 1971 no mint mark pennies, It's a good idea to have it professionally evaluated by a certified coin expert. They can help determine if the coin is indeed the rare variety, and if so, what it might be worth. Many collectors take the time to submit their rare finds for certification, as a certified coin can sell for much higher than an uncertified one. If your penny is in excellent condition, it could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even more so. Why is this coin so special beyond just the rarity? It's also a piece of history. The 1971 no-mint mark penny serves as a reminder of the many fascinating quirks that happen in the world of coin production. Every coin has a story, and every mistake or oddity adds to its intrigue and value. For collectors, the 1971 no-mint mark penny is a symbol of the excitement and passion that drives the hobby of coin collecting. It's important to remember that not all 1971 pennies without a mint mark are worth a fortune. Many of them may still have some value, especially if they are in good condition. However, the most valuable coins are the rarest, and the 1971 no-mint mark penny is a shining example of a coin that can go for millions due to its extreme rarity. If you happen to find one of these coins, consider taking it to a coin dealer or auction house to get an expert opinion on its value. You never know. You could be the next person to make a life-changing discovery and find yourself holding a coin worth millions of dollars. In conclusion, the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a rare and valuable coin that has captured the interest of collectors all over the world. With its unique history, minting error, and the potential for some to be worth millions of dollars, it's a coin that every collector dreams of finding. Whether you have one in your collection or you're on the lookout for one in your change, always keep an eye out for this elusive and valuable piece of American numismatic history. Thanks for watching.